It is time for our monthly market update, and I will tell you we have some major news to share. Let's jump right in. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to make a very bold prediction for what is to come. But I think that the stats are going to tell a lot of the story as far as what you should expect. Now, as typical, we are looking at the statistics for year over year from 2021 now to 2022 in between Collier and Lee County, Florida. That makes up all of Southwest Florida. And I want to start to report these numbers because there's a lot of things that are changing. And so this is very important. We're at a very important juncture in the market, and I can't wait to tell you what's going on. So basically, as we're looking at our sold properties, first of all, in Collier County, we had 461 properties sell in these are June stats. And so that is actually down by 43% year over year. It's almost half of the properties that sold in Collier County. Now, in Lee County, we're at 1,490, and that's down 15%. So Lee County, which is Fort Myers, Cape Coral, that is off, but not quite as off as what Naples and Collier County are experiencing in the quantity of properties sold. That's very significant. We're going to talk more about that here momentarily. Now, look at the median price. This is for a single family home. A median price single family home in Collier County is now at $795,000. That is up 19% year over year. And so naturally you think, wow, it's gone up quite a bit over a year. That is true. However, 2 months ago, that number was at $875,000. That means in the past 2 months, that the median price of a single-family home in Collier County has gone down by 9%. 2 months ago is looking like that was the tippity top of what we're experiencing. Now in Lee County, that median price is $449,000. That's up 23% year over year. But a couple of months ago, that was at $470,000. So that has not changed quite as much as what it has in Collier County. It just hasn't done, not off 9% like Collier County is. Days on market, 16 days on market in Collier. That's right even with where we were this time last year. And 13 days in Lee. That's up about 18% year over year. So staying on a little bit longer, but between 13 and 16 days on market, we're still roughly 2 weeks for the properties that are selling. So they're not staying on forever if they're priced right. Now, new listings, 723 in Collier. That's up 9% year over year. And then 1,950, that's up 21% in Lee County. That's significant, right? Lee County is experiencing more properties that are coming on the market. That's adding to the inventory. So that will have an impact for everything, especially pricing, as we move forward to the future. Now look at our pending inventory, and what this means is these are properties that are under contract to purchase. We're at 723 in Collier County. It's down a whopping 42%. I know this is a lot of numbers, but for the pending properties to be down by 42%, that is significant in the marketplace. And in Lee County, we're at 2,204 pending properties, and that's down 15%. So it doesn't matter where you are in Southwest Florida, the amount of pending inventory is down year over year. Not as many properties are transacting in 2022 as they were in 2021. Our month supply, these are where we start to see some major increase in numbers. In Collier County, that's at 3.1 months. That's up 158%. Whew. Lee County, we're at 2.1 months, and that's up 110%. So you see, last year we just had such a quick pace of sales, so little inventory available, that our month supply was very low, and now we're adding to that very quickly. Total dollar volume, this is money that is entering the market with new purchases. In Collier, that's at $577 million. That's down 36%. And then in Lee County, it's $876 million, which that's down 1%. Nothing that is, that's pretty much a wash compared to what it was last year. Now, this is a lot of information. It is a lot to digest. Here's what I can tell you that we are seeing on the ground. Here's what we're seeing day in and day out, is that I'm starting to see a stabilization of the amount of properties that go pending, and I'm starting to see, we're continuing to see a little bit more inventory that is being added. As we look at today's numbers, we have about 2.5 months worth of inventory. So we have gone from a couple of weeks worth of inventory to a couple of months worth of inventory. So the scales are starting to tip in the buyer's direction. We're starting to see in Collier County, the average list to sale price went to 99%. It's been at 100% for a very long time, meaning that on average, sellers were getting what they were asking for. Some were paying above, some were below, but they were getting what they were asking. Now to see it go to 99% tells us something, that we're starting to see some negotiations possible. So the buyers are getting some relief there. Interest rates are still doing what interest rates are doing. We know the Fed is going to continue to push that rate. At least that's the prediction for the federal funds rate. That adversely affects every other part of the market. And we're also seeing inflation start to go crazy. Now, I was very interested in that. Coming back from a recent vacation, we saw the gas prices have gone down some. So we'll see what happens with all of that to see if that helps with some of the inflationary concerns. My overall prediction on this is that we are going to see more stabilizing in the market. I believe we're going to continue to see inventory grow. Florida is still a place that people are going to want to come. And actually, over the past couple of years, Florida has seen a bigger migration than any other state, even Texas and Arizona. And so that trend looks like it is going to continue to happen. So there's still people who are going to be eating up the inventory, but we're adding to that inventory faster than we're getting rid of it right now. So those scales are going to continue to tip in the direction of the buyer, is what it looks like we're going to have happen. Now, you tell me, what are you experiencing out there? Is this something that you think the trend's going to continue? Do you think prices are going to continue to go down? If so, how low? As of right now, we're only getting just a few months behind. We're not going back to 2021 prices or 2020 or 2019 prices right now, or looks like anytime very soon. I still believe that our market is extremely stable. And I say that because we know in the entire United States that we have 41% of homeowners own their properties free and clear with no mortgage. That is a staggering number, and that is a significant number that creates stability in the marketplace. Those people can't be forced to sell. There's nothing that's going to force their hand to sell. And so if they decide they don't want to sell, they don't want to accept a price that's too low, they don't have to do it. There's nothing that they have to do from that perspective. So I think interest rates are going to continue to be the #1 topic that will help drive what this conversation is all about. But I believe the sky is not falling, that the market is doing a good job of stabilizing at this time. Now, please do me a favor, if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel. That really helps YouTube understand that this video is helpful to you and could potentially be helpful to other people. That's it for now. I appreciate you. You have an amazing day, and we'll talk soon.